Hi, I'm Will Scully with AudioSavings.com. We're here in Anaheim, California, NAMM 2012. I'm here with PreSonus' Matt, product specialist, and we're going to go over the SL remote real quickly if you don't mind. So.
Sure, no problem. First thing people should know is that we have a new version of universal control that interfaces with it. Before we had, with the old version, any iPad that connected to the mixer could control anything. Now, what we have is a permission section in the new version of universal control.
Okay.
Since we can connect multiple devices on iPhone and iPad and iPod Touch, you want to be able to control who can do what, instead of giving everyone full reign of the mixer, right?
Absolutely. That you could run into some problems here.
You could get into a lot of trouble. So, in this remote devices section, the person who's running front of house and has control of the mixer sets the permissions per device and can control who can do what.
So you're assigning permissions?
You're assigning permissions for each device.
Okay, excellent.
On your network, who's running one of the apps.
Beautiful, and that's one of the updates with that software there as well.
That's right.
Okay, perfect. Now on down to the SL Mix, correct?
SL Remote.
SL Remote. So this will allow you to remotely
control your mixer.
So you can do this, you don't have to be standing where the mixer is necessarily.
No, the advantage
a lot of times
that,
you don't get your mixer where you want it to be
right.
at a live venue.
Well, and even if you do, let's say if you're in perfect position, right? You want to know what it sounds like over there.
Absolutely.
You don't want to do something and run over and come back. You take your iPad with you and you can hear your changes in real time.
Good.
And when you come back to your board, it's there, it's done. So that's the advantage of that.
Okay, and is there any updates with this software as well?
There are a few updates.
Let's hear this.
The first one is that permissions thing that I talked about. We also have in the aux mix section. You know, before we had this feature, you could edit your effects on the effects buses.
You're working it upside down.
I'm working it upside down.
Pretty impressive.
I'm doing my best. Now, a lot of people have been requesting tap tempo. So when you select a delay effect, you can tap tempo now.
Nicely done. Okay, good. So you don't even necessarily have to know the BPM. You
That's
just gotta have a little bit of rhythm, and you're good to go.
We can't help you with that. You got to have that built in.
You don't sell rhythm here?
We don't sell rhythm, but you know.
Cool. So moving on, there's a Q mix. Is that not this right here on your neck?
That's what's available for iPod Touch and iPhone.
Are we talking about? I mean, what is it?
It's not the same animal. Even though you can do with SL Remote, you can do aux mixes in front of house and things like that. Q-Mix is designed for the stage performers, so they can control their own mix of their own in-ears, their own monitor.
Right off their iPod.
That's right.
Or their iPhone, rather.
Their iPhone or iPod Touch.
Or iPod Touch.
Again, the permissions are set in here for the device. So for mine, you know, I have aux 1 permission only.
Can I watch a fader move from your iPhone? Are we hooked up yet?
Well, there's send levels that move. Actually, what you ought to do is, why don't we get a little shot of the board here?
Okay.
So as I adjust a send level here, you can see they move on the board.
Almost instantaneous. Well,
actually,
it is.
And
wow.
even with all this wireless traffic going on, you can see it's behaving really well.
Absolutely.
There's one more great thing that everyone loves in Q-Mix. So basically, I'm on aux 1 and I just set my my personal monitor mix up. If you flip to the portrait mode, they have what's called the Wheel of Me. So, you know, on the Me page is where you select which channels in the mix that you want to turn up and down.
Get out of here! I
Not
love
even kidding.
it. So you've got guitar right here. So the guitarist turns up on a song, or you're like, you know what? I don't need the vocals that loud.
Right.
I'm playing the bass here. I want to fill and hear more drums. You just make your adjustments right there on the fly.
Everybody wants more Me.
Wow.
And you know, when you max out Me, it starts lowering the band if it's not enough.
Look at that. So you don't have to go adjust 4 different levels.
That's right.
Just keep going up on you, and it brings everybody down.
And it lowers things in volume level relation to one another, so it doesn't change all the relative volume adjustment.
And then again, the mixing engineer assigns the permissions and control for each individual. You know, I think you guys may have thought of everything. I mean,
I think we did.
If you're not running this, I don't know what you're running, but you may be missing out. So between the iPad control, the Q-Mix, and then the flexibility that you get with the whole Studiolive family, I think it's a good idea to start thinking about bringing one of these home.
I think so too.
Again, thank you so much for your
No problem.
time. I'm Will with AudioSavings.com, and we'll be bringing you more here soon.